Welcome to the Stratford IP Strategy Academy. In this video, we will discuss the different options you have to protect your functional invention. So you came up with a great idea. You invented something new or improved an existing product, and you want to protect the intellectual property. As we mentioned, this video will be focusing on how to protect the functional aspect of your idea. There are three options to consider when determining how best to protect your functional invention: utility patent, trade secret, or voluntary publication. Let's compare the advantages and disadvantages of each. Using a utility patent to protect your functional invention gives you a monopoly in every country you can afford to obtain a patent. It can be a very lucrative source of revenue, and the process for enforcing your patent, although expensive, is well known. However, it's very costly to obtain patent protection, and once granted, the protection provided by a patent expires generally after 20 years. In order to file and obtain patent protection, you are required to disclose best mode in sufficient detail to be implemented by someone skilled in the art. But the key consideration here is that the patent application is published 18 months after filing. The details of your application are then available worldwide to anyone who wants to build and sell your invention in any countries you could not afford to obtain protection. A trade secret protects your invention for an indefinite time. There is no cost associated to registration, and it takes immediate effect. It can be as valuable as a patent, and in some cases more valuable, as long as you make the effort to catalog it properly. Think about the value and longevity of the Coca-Cola recipe, which has been kept secret for over 100 years. The challenge is that trade secrets are vulnerable to theft and reverse engineering. If the secret gets out to the public, it can have disastrous effect on the value of your company. Stringent cybersecurity and human resource processes must be implemented and enforced to make sure the secret is not unveiled. Trade secret theft are more difficult to defend because you must prove that the secret was illegally stolen. If someone buys a product legally and pays for reverse engineering, anything not protected by a patent can be exposed to the public legally. The last option to protect your invention is voluntary publication. For example, you publish the details on your website or in a paper at a conference. In this case, you will be creating prior art that can be used to invalidate any patent applications submitted by someone else covering exactly your invention. There is no registration cost, and this can be valuable if it's properly cataloged. On the negative side, anyone can file a patent application on improvements or variation to what you have published. They will be getting exclusive rights for these improvements. If someone attempts to file for IP protection with the exact same description that you have previously published, you will have to fight in the patent office during prosecution, or if needed down the road, in litigation, which can be very expensive. In order to protect your idea, you need to constantly monitor your competitors and what they file in the patent office to make sure they are not filing an application covering your idea. Then, you need to submit your application to the patent office with legal petitions to have it considered as prior art. This can also be costly. When publishing your idea, you will need to do so in a way that someone skilled in the art would have found your publication and prove it was published before the other person files a patent application. Finally, while it prevents others from filing for protection, you are disclosing your invention to the public and giving up your rights to exclusive use. In doing so, this allows anyone to build and implement the product. Remember that publishing IP is a delicate balancing act. Functional inventions can be protected with patents, trade secrets, or voluntary publications. Choosing the best protection for your invention will have a huge impact on your ability to sustain your competitive advantage and on the valuation of your company.